Who are you?
I am a Taino native. My name is Tuburan, and I'm the chieftain of the Tainos.
What languages do you speak?
I speak Arawak, but however, I can now speak and comprehend English fully.
How did the Spanish people treat you?
Well, they forced our community to dig for gold. We were almost wiped out by the Spanish. All of our crops died because the women were not working in farms. This resulted in a famine. And if we did not bring enough gold to the Spanish, they would chop our hands off and let us bleed to death. I lost 500 more of my brethren to slavery when they were captured by the Spanish.
What did you think of the Spanish when you first saw them?
When I saw the Spanish, I thought they were godly. They came in gigantic boats, enough to fit 1,000 people. And they had hair on their chins, which I had never seen before. When they arrived, we immediately brought food and water. They also carried amazing items such as glass and swords.
What was life like before Columbus reached your islands?
Well, my son had just reached puberty and my daughter had just gotten married. I would usually be out hunting, which I do most of my days, but when the whites came, that all changed.
Who are you?
I am Bartolome de las Casas. They call me the protector of the Indians. When Columbus returned from his voyage to Hispaniola, my father was inspired to join Columbus on his second voyage. When they returned, my family was blessed with the fruits of the conquest, land and native slaves to work it. I am deeply ashamed to say that for a while I partook in this terrible cruelty, and as well as everyone else. I profited off what was rightfully the Indians, their land, resources, labor, and most of all their dignity.
What do you do?
As soon as I realized the atrocities I had committed, I made it my life's mission to make my fellow Europeans understand that the Indians were fellow humans with all the same rights as the rest of us. I have dedicated my time to the emancipation of the natives. For instance, I have gained royal permission to start a settlement of Spanish farmers who would live in harmony with the native population. Time will tell if this will be successful.
Was Columbus a good leader on the islands?
Columbus was a terrible governor and viceroy. On the third voyage, we brought many Spaniards to form colonies on the islands. Columbus promised them all gold, but he kept all the gold he found. All of the colonists grew to hate him.
How was the voyage to Hispaniola?
Columbus was a good captain. He made the beginning of our voyage go smoothly. However, Columbus never gave me the promised reward I deserved for being the first person to see land. This led me to think that Columbus was a greedy cheat. He would make up any excuse for gold and take credit for all of our accomplishments. He would also blame the crew for several accidents, like the wreck of the Santa Maria.
How did Columbus treat the Tainos?
He was prone to violence. When we found some of our comrades dead, Columbus took us to the tribe he thought was guilty and had us slaughter them and take prisoners. He treated them very poorly and forced them to give us gold and resources.
Who are you?
I am Christopher Columbus, High Admiral of the Seas. I am an explorer and map maker from Italy. I was originally born in Italy, but I accredit part of my success to Spain. They helped me by providing a ship and crew. However, the rest of the voyage was managed by me. My voyages were also benefited by the Holy Father. He was the inspiration behind my success.
What struggles did you encounter?
Along with my struggles on the ship, the native people proved to be a challenge. On my first voyage to their island, I was proved by their kindness, flexibility, and peacefulness. However, this opinion changed when I came back the second time. My crew was forced to keep them under control. Nevertheless, my accomplishments were far more noteworthy.
What did you accomplish?
I accomplished several things throughout my voyage. I was part of only a handful of people who were brave enough to sail across the Atlantic Ocean. I was also able to claim entire islands in the name of the king and queen. These actions gave me royal positions within Spain. Within the lands I colonized, I found gold trinkets and several other exotic products that I brought back to Spain in the name of the king and queen.
What is your legacy?
In my time as an explorer, I have managed to build relations with people who were previously unknown to the citizens of Spain. In addition to this, my brave westward voyage enabled me to colonize land in the name of the king and queen.
Your social and political impacts.
On my westward expedition, I created relations with the Taino people. The Taino Indians were previously unknown to the people of Spain and Europe. If it had not been for my discovery, we may have never encountered the Indians. My contribution to the social world caused an era of new exploration in the West.